children. Welcome to Southside Baptist Church's Children's Church. I'm Miss Emily, and I'm coming to you today to talk about a story from our Bible called the Tower of Babel. You see, I have used these bricks to make a tall tower. Maybe at home you have some blocks that you can use to build a tower too. Well, today in chapter 11 of Genesis, we talk about a group of people who come from Noah's family. Now, his family grew and grew and grew, and they stayed in one area of the world. And when they did this, they decided that they didn't want to bring God glory anymore, that they wanted to bring themselves honor. Can you think of somebody in your life that you want to honor and respect? Maybe it's mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, teacher. Whoever it may be for you, I want you to think about that person when we talk about our story today. Now, for Noah's descendants, his big family, they forgot about God. And so they started to build this really tall tower. Well, in chapter 11, verse 4, it says, "And they said, 'Come, let us build ourselves a city and a tower, with its tops to the heaven, and let us make a name for ourselves, that we should not be scattered all over the earth.'" So right there, they were only thinking about themselves. Now, God is watching all this, and he says, this is not okay. They should be worshiping me because I am God, King, Lord over all the earth. I'm going to go and make their language all different, and that way it will stop their building. Now, we see that this takes place in verses 11, chapter 11, 8, and 9. And it says, "So God dispersed them from there all over the face of the earth, and they left off their building of the city. And therefore the name was called Babel, because the Lord confused their language over all the earth." So God stopped the building of this huge tower because he took and gave them all different languages to speak. Now, if you and I are talking in English, I'm going to understand what you're saying. But for them, the way that they were speaking changed for each and every one, and they didn't understand each other anymore. And so they couldn't keep building. This gave them the opportunity to go and to move over all the earth. And that's what God had commanded way back at the very beginning of Genesis 1 and 2, that they would multiply the earth. And so, boys and girls, today I want you to remember that God deserves the worship, only him. That any honor that we have to ourselves is because God allows us to receive it. And I want you to remember this verse. And it comes from Hebrews 13, verse 18. And it says, "Live honorably in every way." Say that with me. Hebrews 13, verse 18. Live honorably in every way. Now, next week when we gather, we're going to be talking about how God plans to keep his promise, and he's going to start with a man named Abram. And that's a big deal because we're going to see how Jesus is a descendant from even Abram's family. I hope you've enjoyed our time today. Have fun building towers with your family, but remember that in everything that we do, God deserves our worship. Have a great day, kids. Bye.